I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief.
Welcome back, guys. It's Andrew. Today we're going to be working on the axle clicking issue on the 370Z. The 350Zs also had it, and then a lot of the Nissans had it. It's essentially like the axle nut on the Z can come loose and start to move around, and it wears out all the grease in the axle spline. So today we're going to be pulling the wheels off, jacking it up, and trying to fix that clicking issue. I've had it going on for probably about 5 months now. It's pretty annoying. I'll do a little video clip here for you guys so that you can get a look or kind of get a feel for what it sounds like if you guys run into the same issue. Alright guys, so the parts you're going to need to fix this is a Kawasaki Axle Nut. Nissan actually doesn't use a Axle Nut, they use just a regular nut with like a little sleeve that goes on top that your cotter pin goes through, and that's part of the issue. But the one you buy to fix this issue requires some more spacers. So you're going to need 2 new washers for each side. I went ahead and bought 3 for each side. I'm just going to replace them all. And you're going to stack 3 on top of each other and then put your Axle nut on top, and that's to make it flush. So then you're going to turn this, you're going to torque this to, I think it's 88 foot-pounds. I'm going to check that and then I'll put that up on the screen. And then you've got to make sure you always use new cotter pins, and these are Nissan cotter pins. Now this grease here, this is just some assembly grease. It should do the trick. If it doesn't, I'm gonna have to go get some different stuff. But they recommend what the heck, Molly something, and it's pretty expensive. So I bought this just to see if it'll work. Alright guys, so as you can see here, so here's the deal, here's the difference. So this is the axle nut, the axle nut's back there. This little front piece is a little thing that goes in, and then it's got these little tabs that the cotter pin slides through, and they start to bend. And I'm actually looking at this, and I think somebody might have been here before because there's silicone on it. Maybe like they tried to fix it, but we're gonna give our best to fix it this time. We'll get into this and see what this looks like. As you guys can see, if you look at these tabs, you'll see this one right here. That's where the cotter pin was going through. You see how it's kicked off to the side, and then same thing on the other side. See how it's all bent off? That was allowing the axle nut to move back and forth, causing that clicking noise. So essentially you take this part and this axle nut here, and you're going to replace it with the Kawasaki one, which has a built-in axle nut design instead of this cheap piece here that Nissan decided to use. And the weird thing is that Nissan used this on the 350Z too, and it caused an issue. Never got recalled or anything. And really it was a pretty common problem. A lot of people are still fighting with it, so we're going to try and do our best to fix it today. So now the axle will push back and forth in its slot here. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that grease that I got and we're gonna try and shove it in there all around the hole, and including on the back side, which you guys probably can't see, but I'll do my best to get in there and get it. So we're gonna put the grease on there, and then 3 washers, and then the axle nut, and then we're gonna torque it down. So that's what you're looking at. So you got 3 new washers, and then this one has a 1 washer. This is it, and then this part comes off, and you can see it's too short. You put this on there, same height, and you got your new nut here. That's what we're gonna throw on real quick. We went ahead and did our best to shove grease up in there. That's really hard to do. I'm gonna try and clean that up around the outside a little bit. I was trying to use a brush to get up in there. I was just trying to squeeze it in at first, and it didn't really seem to be working. So we're gonna do that, and then hopefully it should be enough. We're gonna torque it down pretty good. I've seen that the torque spec that Nissan says is a little low, so we're gonna go ahead and try to put these parts on, and we'll get back to it. We went ahead and put the e-brake on because I don't know if it's going to be able to hold up to me doing that, even though it's in park. So we're going to go ahead and break out the torque wrench, and we're going to go ahead and torque it up. And then with this, you have to spin it to the torque spec, and then with this new nut, since it's not technically the correct one, you have to turn it a little bit more to get the pin to line up, and then you slide your cotter pin in and then bend it back. So we'll go ahead and go ahead and get the torque wrench out and do that. We got the cotter pin reinstalled. Now we can go ahead and reinstall the wheel, and then tomorrow I will go ahead and do the other side. Alright guys, well, we got both axle nuts on. Both were exactly like how I thought they were going to be. They were all messed up. Were like those little washers on top or whatever they are. The little cotter pin locator was twisted on both sides. So I tried to jam as much grease as I could. This side, on my passenger side, was actually, I could not even get the axle to slide back. So hopefully this one doesn't pop back up. I actually had to hammer the axle back so I could shove grease in it. So we're gonna go ahead and throw the tires on, and then we're gonna go for a quick little drive around the lot and make sure everything's good. It's kind of a 50-50 shot. The other way to fix it is to actually jack the whole back end of the car up and actually take the axles out, clean out all the faces, and clean out the inside of the splines and everything. But I wanted to try this first since this was supposed to be quite a bit easier. So we'll go ahead and throw the tires on and then we'll catch back up. Well, wheels back on. We still got to torque it up, but we're gonna go ahead and drop the car down. But I wanted to ask you guys real quick, what kind of low profile jacks do you guys recommend, and jack stands and everything? Because I've got an old kit that I've had for a long time, and it's, as you can see, currently leaking, and I don't feel comfortable getting underneath the car. That's why I've got the jack stand and the jack just kind of holding it up, and the jack stand's not actually even holding any pressure off the car right now. So it's just leaking fluid everywhere. So just go ahead and leave a note in the comments and tell me what you guys think. See if there's something out there. I don't want to spend a whole lot of money, but like if there's something for sale or maybe like a good Harbor Freight one that you guys might recommend, go ahead and shoot me a comment or message me on Facebook or something and let me know. Alright guys, well, it's all buttoned up, everything's torqued down. We're gonna go ahead and take it for a quick drive, but I wanted to let you guys know that I really appreciate everyone coming along, watching the videos. I know I don't have a lot of followers right now, but who knows, one day. But I just wanted to also let you guys know that the lip that I took in, the painter told me that it was just better off to buy a new one because of this crack right here. So what I'm actually going to do, instead of buying a new one, I am going to strip this one down of paint, and then I'm going to try to like bondo it, or put some fiberglass on the back, try to just rejoin it together as best as possible, and then I'm going to probably spray a light coat of some sort of paint over it, and then I think I'm just going to try and wrap over it with like a higher quality carbon fiber wrap. and just see what that looks like. If that doesn't look good, my plans are to eventually buy the carbon fiber lip, or just replace it with the Nismo bumper at some point in time, which is my main plan, but you know, who knows. Also, I got this toolbox and this toolbox. I don't know what brand they are or whatever, but they were sitting down in my wife's dad's barn, and at some point in time or over a couple of videos, these are going to be getting stripped down, you know, just kind of cleaned up, and then some rust reformer in spots that need it. But overall, they're in decent shape considering they were literally sitting in mud. At least that one was. The wheels are probably going to have to be replaced. But other than that, I think we're going to respray them black and just kind of clean them up a little bit so that it kind of fits in with the garage. I think it's going to go right there. But thank you guys for watching, and we're going to go for a quick drive. Alright guys, I actually just backed out of my driveway, and so far it's good news. It did not click. Typically it clicks when I go from drive to reverse, vice versa, and when I let off. So I'm going to do a quick little drive, and then I will let you guys know, but I'm pretty sure it's fixed. So, awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more content like the Z or the Stratus or any other project cars that I decide to get in the near future. So this is Andrew with DrewWorks, and remember to always make the dream work.